We have now highlights coming in from a recent New York City protest for justice for Floyd, which was organized by Black Lives Matter Greater New York at Times Square. The peaceful protest led by Black leaders of New York City, the demonstration laid a blueprint by Black Lives Matter Greater New York chapter, which calls for members of New York state legislators and Congress to begin an end to systemic racism and call for social justice. The blueprint is also a policy framework to reform failed statutes and regulations.
Hello everyone, you are watching ITV Gold and I'm your host Aditi Lava. We are here at the Black Lives Matter protest happening here in New York City. Join us while we see thousands march for George Floyd and many others against police brutality and against systemic racism. I'm Aditi Lava bringing you fresh updates here from New York City.
Y'all ready? Black lives. Black lives. Power to the people. Let's get it.
Well, the momentum here is exciting. As the footage will show, Times Square has been shut down. NYPD and Mayor de Blasio knew that we were rallying, and this was such an important message to Black people and all marginalized people in America, and they tried to suppress that. What we are releasing today is an agenda. We are calling this meeting today a blueprint. And in this agenda, what we'll be talking about is, of course, 50A, police reform. We'll be talking about police unions. We'll be talking about education. We'll be talking about reparations, which is very important for descendants of slaves, education and housing injustice. So all the things that are currently affecting Black people that we are not going to overcome unless we have legislation, that's the blueprint that we'll be laying out today. And for any of you guys who missed it, you can go to my website, ShavonnaNewsomForCongress.com, or you can go to Black Lives Matter Greater New York's website where we have laid out the plan.
The country is outraged. There have been so many memorials that have happened. I'd like for you to give a message out to George Floyd's family, but also all the ones that are grieving today, with everyone put together thinking that this has happened to thousands of Black people for so many years. A message out to those families.
This is a revolution, and I thank every single person for their sacrifice. I view George Floyd, I send my condolences to his family, but he's a martyr. It was his unfortunate death that galvanized the world. We have Black Lives Matter movements happening in Australia, happening in Tel Aviv, happening around the country, around the world. So, Mr. Floyd, thank you for your sacrifice, because now Black people will really get true justice and true liberation. And to the people who couldn't make it out here today, what I would ask you, if you are in the United States, call your governor, call your local officials, and put the pressure on them, because we need the demands and the legislation and policy that we're doing today. We need that implemented into law, and without applying pressure, that will not happen.
Yes, that is none other than Shavonna Newsom, everyone. She is running for Congress.
Yes, in the South Bronx. Go out and vote, June 23rd.
June 23rd, primary.
I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's a shame, but 60 years later, here we are yet again. After we thought we had gotten through Jim Crow, after we thought we had gotten through segregated schools, after we thought we had gotten through voter suppression and unequal housing, here we are yet again 60 years later, sick and tired of being sick and tired. You know, someone reached out to me this week and asked, Rev, how long are you guys going to be out there marching? And my answer was simple. We're going to keep on marching until we overthrow evil in high places. We're going to keep on marching until everyone has a right to health care. We're going to keep on marching until they recognize our basic humanity. We're going to keep on marching until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness an ever-flowing stream.
We don't stand just for ourselves. We stand for our ancestors. We stand for our community. Even when the work is hard, we are relentless. And she is the definition of what the future looks like with our youth activists on the ground.
So excited to be here today. I'm so inspired to see all of your beautiful faces out here today. This is like, I've never thought, and I haven't been around for a long time, but in my 19 years of living, I never thought that I'd see this many people rally across the world for Black liberation. So I am inspired.
Hey everyone, my name is Nicole Piazzolo. I'm 19 years old and I'm the president of Black Lives Matter Greater New York. We're out here talking strategy because we need policy that would save and change lives. And we know throughout the system that we live in, policy is one of the most effective ways to change these things. So I'm really, really inspired by all these people out here today, and I'm looking forward to what we get done.
And it's time to really enact some real changes. And so we have the attention of folks right now, and so we have to follow that up with real policies that change the system. And that's what we're hoping to continue the momentum towards.
Even if it's true, I'm not singing lullabies to the youth. It's real in the field, knowing it's safe. If they want you, they find you. Or be the cool case. You gotta have many occupations. Get out, get it, homie. No patience. Get up, no sitting down, no waiting. Do the right thing so you don't see Satan. But can't forget about the hatred. Opportunity comes and therefore they take you. This is slave ship. We were ushered in. We were kings and queens. They're trying to tell us we was nothing. Black lives. Let's go, hands up. Hoods, ghettos, projects, lots. They can't kill us all. We grind to the top. Your hustle won't die. Keep pushing, don't stop. Turn it up. This is for the have-nots. Hoods, ghettos, projects, lots. They can't kill us all. We grind to the top. Your hustle won't die. Keep pushing, don't stop. Turn it up. This is more than music, this is my life. Everybody's scared to die, no one living right. Never stand up for less, head up, but I'm stressed. Easy to give advice if you're not being tested.